Dear student, today topic is limitations of Newlands octave rule. As you know, Newlands did wonderful job to classify the elements, but there are some limitations in his rule. Let's see the limitations one by one now. First, what he did actually, he arranged the elements in increasing order of the atomic mass, and one means first and eighth element have same property, that's true, but for each and every element this rule was not fit. So, elements with dissimilar properties also sometimes grouped together. Example, halogens grouped with the cobalt, nickel and platinum. This is the demerit. So, what is the demerit finally with this part, that sometimes in the group, I mean first and eighth elements property were not matching. Let me show you the second point, second limitation. What happens actually? Several elements, okay, so many elements which were not fit in the Newlands octave rule, because in Newlands octave rule first and eighth property should match, but the problem was all the first and eighth elements property were not matching, as well as several elements were out of this table, and he could have applied this rule only for limited elements, and few elements were not fitting in this table. Okay, let me show you the third point, third limitation, and that is what happens. What about those elements which will be discovered in the future? He did not keep the separate place for coming elements, for the future elements. He should leave the vacant space, the free space, so that if in the future we discover any element with the same property, we can keep it here. But he did not do anything like that. He did not predicted the future coming elements. So, it was one of the major demerit. And the last limitation of this Newlands octave rule, let me tell you that, yeah. So, what happens actually, this rule was only valid till calcium, and after calcium this rule was not applicable. Newlands law of octave held truly only for elements up to calcium. Elements with greater atomic mass could not be accommodated into octaves. So, these are the four major limitations of Newlands octave rule you must remember. My dear student, due to these demerits, a new kind of classification required, and due to that Mendeleev periodic law came into existence. I will discuss this law in the next video. Thank you.